Howl's Moving Castle is one of Studio Ghibli's most iconic films and is revered by many worldwide. In this inspired piece, we see a stunning, digitally painted piece of fan art that captures one of the most beautiful moments in this great movie. Whenever you first view this work, you're going to be met by 11 star children performing a magic ritual around our central subjects. You'll notice how the artist uses a neon light on dark contrast to accent the center region that makes its presence simply impossible to miss. You'll also notice the enchanting colors in this composition, right? There is clearly a blue base to the work at hand. Upon this blue base, we see accents of purple, green, and even red and goldish yellow as well. Normally, blue, green, and purple are going to be an analogous scheme which feel quite balanced. We see that in the various stars within this work, but even the purple and green also feel like accents in a similar way, just like the red and gold within this work. And of course, we mentioned the neon colors within this work, right? This is due to the intense saturation that this piece provides. This creates an energetic visual experience that is incredibly enchanting and feels ethereal as a result. Of course, the energy is concentrated within the center part of the composition, which draws your attention within the canvas to the center ritual that is occurring right before our eyes. As I mentioned, this is a work of fan art that is directly inspired by Studio Ghibli's hit film Howl's Moving Castle. And to explore this, we have to add a bit of context to what exactly we're looking at here. In one of the early scenes of the film, we watch as the Witch of the Waste flies through the female character Sophie, which curses her and transforms her into an elderly woman. This is obviously a curse. And soon after this, she visits Howl's castle and convinces him to let her stay in exchange for help in cleaning everywhere except for his room. And I mentioned we are looking at the star children within this work. The star children are divine entities in the form of personified shooting stars that are summoned for Sulliman's spells and circular traps. And early on in Howl's life, he made a pact with one of these star children. This grants him the power to use magic, but in some ways it also possesses him as well. Later, Howl uses this magic for his own selfish desires. This is reminiscent of the symbolic natures of witches who use divination and magic for their own individual acts. And the scene we're witnessing here is in many ways kind of removing that spell or the mask that Howl has. In reality, he is this very terrifying, almost crow or bird-like figure, but he masks that through looking like a attractive regular man. And in the scene that we're looking at here, we see these entities or these star children that are casted against the Witch of the Waste shortly before being directed at Howl and Sophie as well. There is this very creepy music that kind of comes into the frame here, and it is quite reminiscent of early tribal music as well. This, of course, reminds once again of a ritual or something that may feel strange or out of place that is happening here. Of course, the nature of the star children, they are these shining personified shooting stars, and their shining crystalline spirits are incredibly enchanting. They offer an ethereal visual experience, and we certainly feel that when we're looking at this piece. Once again, that saturation really offers that. It charms and shines and excites within the visual experience before us. And to stay true to the original, I have a very short 15-second clip of this exact moment, so let's take a look at that real quick so you can see what exactly we're looking at here. Yeah, once again, that music is incredibly unsettling, almost like chanting children, as if they're casting a spell on you. It is quite creepy in many ways, but this is a beautiful and enchanting composition. And the nature of fan art is incredibly important and quite interesting to the development of many different artists. There are so many artists whose first opportunity to create a work of art is through this fan art or trying to, mimic or capture some of their favorite scenes that they've seen in movies or TV shows or things like that. It's incredibly important and provides an amazing opportunity for younger artists to really develop their craft and really get passionate about art and the act of creation itself. I absolutely love that. And we certainly see that within this composition. Once again, this is a beautiful, enchanting work, and really glad we got to study it today. And of course, the direct inspiration for this work, Howl's Moving Castle, first premiered on the 5th of September in the year 2004. Studio Ghibli was critically acclaimed, and this movie found a staggering success of over $400 million worldwide. This makes it one of the most popular Japanese films in history. Once again, this is a beautiful work of fan art that is incredibly enchanting, really draws us into the composition and captures that magical, almost sacred and divine spirit of both crystals and shining stars. I absolutely love this work, and I hope you did too. Even though most of this video has been focused on the inspiration that is drawn from Howl's Moving Castle, it's important to note that this work is actually concept art or early concept art for a game that is currently in development. Not only is the creator of this piece an original artist, but they also are a creator of games as well, or a developer. And the title of this indie game is the exact same as the digital painting before us, entitled Dream Eater. This game is developed in the Unity engine, and here's a short few clips of what you could expect in the final result that of course is still in development and yet to come. And it's really interesting, if you look deep within the original painting that we studied today, the character that exists within the ring of the Star Children, who are of course casting a ritual around them, this is the exact same character in the future game that is yet to come. And of course, the creator of this game and the original artist here describes this as a bit of a mystery, a divine journey, and of course a journey to find one's true self. It's based on the character named Creature's own individual dreams. It will feature a cast of characters that embody the planets, and each of them will have a certain puzzle that goes along with their each individual rooms. Of course, that creates a very unique experience, and it just blows my mind that we see an original painting here that is also taken as concept art for a game, of course an indie game, that is currently still in development. Absolutely love it, and it's always important to really support those indie creators. The original artist of this work, Creature, is a digital artist working primarily in the medium of digital paint. The artist creates a multitude of works from fan art to fantasy, horror, and much more. Here are two of my favorite works here. Both are incredibly enchanting, and I gotta say, I absolutely love stained glass. So really beautiful works and a stunning use of color as well. Incredibly enchanting and always really draws you in. And of course, if you'd like to check out more from this original artist, we'll include a link to their Instagram profile below in the description of this video. Once again, this is an incredibly enchanting work, a beautiful opportunity to talk about the importance of fan art, the intense charm, ethereal, and magical feeling that we get from the high saturation of this work. Always a great opportunity. And of course, if you have not seen it already, Howl's Moving Castle is a beautiful and incredibly colorful film. Such a stunning and beautiful work here.